Good morning and good afternoon. Let's start. Good afternoon, United Arab Emirates. This is Engineer Arsenio A. Donato Jr., Vice Governor External and Director for Special Programs, your moderator for today's webinar. It is a great pleasure for IECEP UAE to welcome you to this series of webinars on the professional upgrades. We'll focus on today's professional in electronics engineering for Philippine Qualifications Framework and Specialization. I wish a warm welcome to all participants for today's event from different parts of the world. So may we kindly ask each and everyone to post in the chat box #1ICEP once your chapter has been coded. So may I call on IECEP Oman? IECEP Kuwait, IECEP Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, IECEP Singapore, and the Philippines. So may I call on the IECEP Bicol chapter, IECEP Bulacan, IECEP Cagayan Valley, IECEP CAR, IECEP Cavite, IECEP Cebu, IECEP Davao, IECEP Eastern Visayas, IECEP Iligan, IECEP Ilocos Norte, IECEP Laguna, IECEP Manila, IECEP Mindoro, IECEP Negros Occidental, IECEP Negros Oriental, IECEP Palawan, IECEP North Mindanao, IECEP Pampanga, IECEP Quezon Chapter, IECEP Quezon City, IECEP Rizal, IECEP Soc Sargent, and last but not the least, IECEP Sapumbonga. So thank you for being us today. So let me read to you our organization's mission and vision. Our mission to be the showcase of professional and technical development and the paradigm of excellence in applying the principles of electronics technology for the advancement of humanity. Our vision: the organization envisions a world-class organization of humane, competent, virtuous, and globally competitive electronics professionals. So we love for you to be engaged and active during the webinar. So may we ask to please follow some of our house rules. Identity. As we join this WebEx meeting, make sure we had registered with our complete name and chapter affiliation. Or else, leave the meeting for a moment, rename and rejoin, or this will be the basis of the registration committee validating our participation and event certificate release. Technology. We as participants are expected to be observant and mindful of the status of our microphones and cameras. Microphones should remain muted until it is our turn to speak. When it is our turn to speak, eliminate unnecessary noise that may distract the session. We may switch off or just turn into silent mode our mobile devices. Let us keep our webcam closed unless necessary. Have a good background with proper lighting where everybody can see us. Also, ensure we make eye contact with the camera when we speak. By this practice, it will maintain the clarity of our resource speaker presentation.
Okay.
Streaming. Our meeting is also broadcasted live via social media, IECEP UAE's Facebook page and YouTube channel. This will be beneficial for we can revisit and share it with our colleagues who did not register with the webinar. Discussion. At any point in time while the speaker is presenting, we can type in our comments and questions in the chat box. We will do our best to sort out and consolidate those questions for our discussions later. Irrelevant questions will be disregarded. And finally, the evaluation. For registered participants who also join this webinar, we prepared the online evaluation form to express your comments, feedbacks, and suggestions for the improvement of our upcoming webinars. In addition, part of this assessment are the quiz type items that will measure our learning we gained from the topic. The link will be shared before the webinar ends. To officially start our event, may I call on our Director for Technical Development, Engineer Leif Marvin P. Valeros, for the invocation, and it will be followed by the Philippine National Anthem and UAE National Anthem. Engineer Leif.
Let's bow our heads and pray for God's blessings. Dear God, we glorify you for all the blessings you have bestowed upon us. We are truly grateful for them. Thank you for allowing us today to meet and share our knowledge and time with one another virtually. May you send forth your divine wisdom to our speaker as he impart effectively his God-given gift to all of us. May he be blessed as he continue to share his expertise to the people who needs them. Bless the participants as well, so that they would be able to obtain vital information from this activity. May you send forth your Holy Spirit so that after this webinar, we may share what we learned in the spirit of your love and generosity, especially during these trying times. May we be able to bring glory to you, Lord, in everything that we do. Amen.
Thank you, Engineer Leif, for the prayers and spiritual wishes.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Padre,
To welcome us for today's events, here's our very energetic IECEP UAE Governor and Chairman of the Board, Dr. Renan M. Gomez. Dr. Renan?
Thank you, Engineer Arsenio. To our guest speaker, Honorable Herminio J. Orbe, our guest from other chapters. I haven't really seen all names yet, but if in case our IECEP national officers, they are always supporting naman so most likely hindi ko pa lang nakikita sa haba ng attendees natin. And our past governors and advisors, my fellow officers and board of directors, and our dear members, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all and a very good day to you all. In behalf of IECEP UAE chapter and its officers and board of directors, we are delighted to have you with us to participate in today's event. For today, let us remember RA 9292, also known as, well, Electronics Engineering Law of 2004. Tagal na, 2004 pa. It has given us opportunities. It defined our roles in the community, our levels in the profession, our specialized fields. The Professional Regulatory Board of Electronics Engineering has been persistent in advocating and implementing this for our benefit, so that we, both local professionals and professional expats, can be at par with the world we are working with. Our beloved speaker is here with us, for us, as always, to take advantage of our full potential as professionals. So, ang dami nating attendees for this, let's say, start, right? This is the orientation, and I hope hindi to mauuwi dun sa dating kaugalian na nasa umpisa lang lagi. Sana you take this seriously. You be responsible of yourself. This is for yourself. This is your own growth. Don't think of this as yung commitment na hinihingi ko sa inyo. Don't think of this as your covenant with us as a presenter, or as kay Sir Orbe na as a presenter. Okay, this is a covenant with yourself, right? So I hope i-grab nyo tong opportunity na to so that you can be better professionals. Okay, so please prepare yourselves for our webinar. Back to you, Engineer Sen.
Thank you, Dr. Renan. So let me introduce to you our resource speaker for today's webinar, who will be sharing his expertise on the subject matter. Our resource speaker for today has over 47 years of experience in the field of electronics and telecommunications engineering, design, network planning, consultancy, and management. Since 1974, he is an active member of IECEP and held various positions at the national level, and was elected national chairman and president of the institute in 1998. As a life member and active member of the Council of IECEP former presidents, he passionately providing all-out support for the good of the profession. An active member and past president in the year 2012 to 2013 of our prestigious international civic organization, the Rotary Club of Pece, providing service above itself. In 2014, he was appointed by the President of the Republic of the Philippines as a member of the Professional Regulatory Commission, PRC, Board of Electronics Engineering. He has held various positions ranging from Chairman and President, Owner and President, and Telecom Engineers in various positions. He has recipients of several awards. To mention a few: 1992 Outstanding Electronics and Communications Engineer in the field of communications, awarded by Institute of Electronics and Communications of the Philippines, Incorporated. (1999) Outstanding PLM Alumni in the field of ECE, awarded by PLM College of Engineering. 2003 Outstanding Professional in the field of Electronics and Communication Engineering, awarded by Philippine Professional Regulation Commission. In 2011 to 2012, ginintuan ang Ani Award as a Technipreneurship, awarded by PLM Alumni Association. And 2013, Outstanding Club President with Distinction, awarded by Rotary International District. So, to formally welcome, please join in welcoming me, our resource speaker, Honorable Hermenio J. Orbe, Board Member, Board of Electronics Engineer. Sir Orbe.
Unmute.
Hello. Do you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, thank you, Engineer Donato, for that kind introduction. And good morning to the Middle East. Marami pala kayo dyan sa Middle East na I thought this is a UAE activity. Nung pala, this is a worldwide activity involving different IECEP chapters. So again, good morning, good afternoon. So kung saan man kayong parte ng mundo. So again, I would like to thank UAE for inviting me to speak PQF and specialization, which is actually the process for upgrading our qualification and putting value to our qualification. So I will be discussing PQF. So maybe I can start sharing my slide. I hope hindi. Saan ba na yung slide ko? Wala na ata yung slide ko. Okay, here. Meron na kayo nakikita? Wala pa?
Loading, sir.
Naglo-load. Okay. Hope medyo bumilis-bilis yung internet ko. Anyway, as I've said, I thought UAE lang ang participants. Pala, halos lahat pala ng member, mga chapters, nandiyan lahat ba? Anyway, hindi ko nakikita yung mga participants. Later on, maybe I can see their faces. So meron na akong meron na lumabas.
Sa gitna siya.
Sa gitna, nako.
Pa-reload po.
Naglo-load pa. Anyway, ang topic ko about PQF, specialization, at saka yung process, paano tayo ma-upgrade ng ating level, which is ito yung wino-work out natin sa PRC to put value dun sa ating mga qualifications through the PQF. Actually, yung PQF or the Philippine Qualification Framework is the one giving us the value for international competition. Meaning, we will be using our level to match with the level of other countries. So, yan yung trabaho ng PQF. It's very important na yung pangalan natin nandun sa PQR, yung tinatawag na Philippine Qualification Registry. So, dapat nandun yung pangalan natin. We are starting to input all the names of the engineers, electronics engineer in particular. Kasi hindi naman lahat malalagay sa PQR or Philippine Qualification Registry without the qualification assessment. So, kailangan ma-i-assess mo na. So, may na-load na ba? Di pa? Di pa rin?
Pwedeng pa-closer din na ulit.
Stop sharing.
Yes po.
Okay. Share ulit. Mukhang yan, meron na?
Ayun. Yan na po sa.
Okay. Mukhang may diferensya yung internet na naman. Ano lumalabas?
Hindi, parang nag-i-edit yung sir. Pa-close na lang yung sa side.
Yan ata.
Sir, may close po na na button sa
Bottom,
baba.
sir.
May close?
Sa baba ng file na yan, sir.
Alin dito? Well, let me see. But document recovery. Siguro ipashare ko na lang uli yung ano. Parang ayaw
Sir, paki-close lang po yung nandiyan po
ito,
sa baba.
okay. Ayun, okay. Good.
Okay. Tapos yung feedback, sir, paki-close na rin po. Yung nasa kanan.
Nasa kanan.
Yung lower
Feedback.
to Microsoft. Tapos may
Same line po, may X.
Where is that? Submit. Ito.
Sa taas pa po, sa taas.
Sa taas. Nakukuberan ako nung kanya pala hindi ko makita. Nakukuberan ko nung.
Apo.
Yeah.
Start na lang po yung presentation, sir.
Okay. Teka, slideshow.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Yun.
Okay.
Okay. At least nakahinga na ng maluwag. Yan ang problem sa sa pag-present ng ganito. Anyway, so the topic that I'm going to discuss is PQF, the AQRF, MRA, and CPSP for ECE. All the acronyms, I'm sure you are aware of PQF. What is PQF? AQRF, MRA, and CPSP. But anyway, I will not describe its letters, but eventually you will learn what is PQF, AQRF, MRA, CPSP. Okay, at the end of this talk, I would like to you appreciate the value of PQF in relation to our profession for our career development goal. So, when we talk of the PQF, MRA, and AQRF conceptual framework, all of these boils down to what we call the development of qualification, which is under the PQF, the recognition of qualification under MRA, and the AQRF, the harmonization of qualification. So all of this boils down to qualification. And the qualification is our path for our mobility. So yan yung end result na tayo mag-move all over the world with our qualification. So whether we get it from our hometown or from other places. So this is the conceptual framework. Okay. So, and the process flow is, I will discuss this later on, but just to give you an overview, that there is this specialty board. We have been discussing several discussions have been made also on the specialty board. The CPS, or the Career Progression and Specialization program of, and then the PRB, which is the Professional Regulatory Board. And then it will go to the Project Management Committee of the CPSP and CATS. By the way, CATS is the Credit Accumulation Transfer System, and then the PRC, then the PQF, and the end is the AQRF. So what is MRA? I will just be having a very brief discussion on the MRA. This is more agreement between two parties and to mutually recognize or accept some of all the aspect of one's another assessment result. So ibig sabihin nun, pagka ikaw ay sinabi mong yung test result mo sa country mo, pinresent mo sa other country, since na meron kayong agreement, meron kayong standard na sinusunod. So meron pinagkasunduan. So that's the MRA. So same thing with the qualification. So when you say you are on a particular level, so ano yung qualification na pag-agreehan yung dalawang parties? So this is the MRA. So the objective of MRA is to facilitate mobility of practitioner, and at the same time to exchange information and enhance cooperation in respect of mutual recognition of practitioner. So and also to promote adoption of best practices on standards and qualifications. So isa sa mga ano to, yung mga best practices sa other countries or other domains makuha natin, and then provide opportunities for capacity building and training of practitioners. So yan yung objectives ng MRA. And then the AQRF, very briefly, the Asean Qualification Reference Framework. So yung iba alam na ito siguro, para merong lang common reference framework among the participating countries or participating states. So it enables comparisons and also qualification across participating members. So generally, ang term na AQRF is ASEAN Qualification Reference Framework and composed of the ASEAN member state. They call it AMS. So this is an example of referencing process. So let's say country A, meron siyang tinatawag na level, let's say 1 to 9, and the AQRF is level 1 to 8. So ipagmamatch niyan kung ano yung qualification ng level 1, imamatch siya doon sa qualification ng level, kung anong level sa country A. So if you will see yung qualification ng level 3 sa country A is equivalent to AQRF level 2. So and so forth and so on. So based on the standards that was set for each level. So yan yung titignan natin yung ano yung qualification natin from 1 to 8 based on our National Qualification Framework or the Philippine Qualification Framework. So let's say magkaiba yung country A and country B. So gagamitin natin yung AQRF as our reference. Doon tayo, yung AQRF yun yung magmamatch doon sa country A and country B. Let's say for example, sa level 1, the same sila ng AQRFs at the same time sa country B. Pero in case, let's say for example, country A, yung level 3, yung qualification niya sa level 3, is only equivalent to level 2 of AQRF and so forth and so on. So ganyan na ang trabaho nitong AQRF. So parang siya nagre-referee. So okay. So puntahan na natin what is PQF. So when we talk of PQF, we talk of qualification and level. So itong dalawang to ang laging nasa PQF. So when we talk of PQF, let us see first the legal basis of PQF. This is the PQF was first used through meaning it was implemented through Executive Order number 83 in 2012, but this was institutionalized through the signing of Republic Act number 10968 on January 16, 2018 by the incumbent President Duterte. So na-institutionalize yung PQF, at the same time nag-establish ng National Coordinating Council. Ito yung nag-handle ng pag-i-implement ng PQF. So batas na itong PQF, na-sign yan 2018. So yan yung legal basis. And what is PQF? It provides the level of educational qualification and also the standard for qualification outcome. And also provide national quality assurance system for the development, recognition, and award qualification based on the standards of, ito, kaya hinalight ko yan, based on the standards of knowledge, skills, and values. Ito yung lagi ko sinasabi na these are the standards for determining the qualification. Ano ba ang nag-gain mong knowledge, ano ang nag-gain mong skills, and at the same time, anong values meron ka. So that defines the qualification. So yung domain na yan ang magdi-determine ng particular qualification on a particular level. Let's say level 6, level 7, or level 8 based on your knowledge, skills, and values. And also kung saan mo na-acquire yan, either through experience or through education. So what then is PQF? It is actually a standard. Parang sa ano yan sa orasan. It's a reference system of national standards of qualification na you get through either education or through professional practice. Or in the Philippines, when we talk of PQF, it's a Philippine qualification standard. So yun nakuha mo sa Pilipinas. And then who? When you say who, ano ba ang composition ng PQF? It is governed by the Department of Education or DepEd, Commission on Higher Education or CHED, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA, and Professional Regulation Commission, and lastly by the Department of Labor and Employment. You will notice part of this coordinating council are two entities which is not actually present yet. Representative from the industry and the economic sector. Ito hindi masyadong lumalabas, but anyway, it's part of the National Coordinating Council. So yan ang composition ng National Coordinating Council. So each of them has their own program. Yung DepEd may program, yung CHED, yung TESDA, PRC, and even DOLE. And the industry and economic sector are also providing inputs to this coordinating council. So yan yung composition, and basically the objective of PQF is to provide the standards and also to establish the level of qualifications. And this is will be very important in matching the educational or the skills you get through the job requirements of the industry. So the main objective is to establish national standards and level of quality to assist and support the academe or the academic and worker mobility and to address job skills. So basically itong PQF para magkaroon ng adjustment dun sa nag-gain mong standards o nag-gain mong education sa industry. Dapat mag-match yan. So that's the main purpose of PQF. And also in recognition of the important role of education and training in national development. That is the reason why it was institutionalized by the government. And then, para saan yan? These are for all of us, for the employers, workers, teachers, learners, parents, and government who wish to understand the film and compare them with others. So, para sa lahat itong PQF, hindi lang in particular sa mga professionals, sa lahat ng klase ng tao sa Pilipinas, even parents and government. And paano yan? It outlines what an individual has earned and can do based on the qualification type levels and degrees of competency. So, yung competency ng tao ang dinidetermine dito through what kind of qualifications you have. So, that's the PQF. And by definition, PQF based on RA 10968, it's defined as the educational qualification and also a set of standards for education outcome. And it is a quality assured national system for the development, recognition, and award qualification. So ito yung ating titingnan to, award qualification based on the standards of knowledge, skills, and values acquired in different ways and methods by learner and worker of the country. So itong PQF nagseset ng level through the standards ng using the three domain, the knowledge, skills, and values. So iyon ang gagamitin na pag-determine ng qualification ng a particular individual. So in short, PQF is, I will consider this as a barometer. Diba yung barometer, when you have an input on the left side, tataas yung level. Pag dumami yung input mo o yung pressure mo dito sa left side, tataas yung level. So pagka dumami yung iyong knowledge, tataas din yung level mo. So when the input in this case is your knowledge, skills, and attitude or values. So yung knowledge na yan, mag-i-increase doon sa level mo. So importante, you gain more knowledge, more skills, and more values para tumaas yung level mo. So in short, it's like a barometer of competency, yung PQF. So yan yung comparison, and these are the five agencies that implement this PQF. So di ko na isa-isahin yan. And this is very important because initially, if you are familiar with this PQF conceptual framework, you will notice ang nakasama lang dito is Department of Education, TESDA, and CHED. Very familiar kayo dyan, no? So nandyan yung level 1 to 8. And in our case, since now we are graduate of baccalaureate, level 6. Pagka ikaw ay graduate ng post-baccalaureate, level 7. Kung meron kang doctoral, level 8. Pero kung halimbawa wala kang education, katulad yun ng iba, kahit na 47 years na nagpa-practice, still level 6 pa rin siya. So yung nag-gain niyang experience or yung nag-gain niyang knowledge, hindi na consider because ang consideration is more on education. But in the case that we are helping our professional is through the professional practice. Ito ngayon yung gusto naming mangyari, na yung PRC will be involved and this will be paano natin ma-involve ang PRC para ma-increase yung level ng professional, not necessarily going to education or to the academy, but through professional practice. Ito yung target natin para ma-increase natin yung from level 6 to level 7 and level 8. So ito yung target natin, yung level 7 and level 8. Paano natin gagawin yan? So this is actually parang this is our roadmap. Our entry level is level 6. So define na yan. And then kung meron kang specialization through professional practice, level 7 ka. And then kung meron ka ng another level, which is level 8, kung talagang expert ka na doon sa specialization mo. So you will notice that from level 6 to level 7, kulay dilaw ang aking presentation. And then from level 7 to level 8, kulay pula. Just to distinguish that from level 7 or from level 6 to level 7, na-define na yan. So we can now award level 7 based on the qualification. On qualification on skills, knowledge, and because we have already the process of increasing or meaning the process of going from level 6 to level 7. And from level 7 to 8, yun yung dinidevelop nating process. So there's a process. I will be discussing how the process is, what is the process and how the process is being prepared for level 7 to level 8. Doon sa level 6 to 7, ano na yan, na-justify na namin yung process na yan. So we will go on to that, how. Okay. And generally, the process involves the competency required to go to the next stage through this knowledge, skills, and values, and then the application and the degree of independence. So yan yung tatlong domain na yan ang gagamitin natin para maka-step tayo from level 6 to level 7 and then from level 7 to level 8. So yung knowledge, skill, values, application, and degree of independence. Okay. So when we talk of from level 6 to level 8 is actually a progression or career progression. So it was defined In the PQF law, career progression in professional practice is the process of developing or moving towards a more advanced state in person's job title, position, or profession. So if you will represent that through drawing, ayan, makikita mo yung may mga level or may mga stairs. And generally, yung librong yun yung knowledge na nakukuha mo. Kung makikita nyo dyan, merong tumutulak ng pataas, merong humahatak na pataas din para matulungan mo yung isang professional para umakyat to level 7. So ganyan sana yung ating attitude. Huwag yung pabalik. Imbis na tutulungan natin yung isang professional para umakyat, hinahatak pa natin pababa. So this will be our attitude. I-push natin pataas, atake natin pataas. So para mag-progress. So that's why we should encourage our professional to improve their skills, knowledge, and values through our help. So kung ikaw ay expert siya sa ganyan, magturo ka doon sa iyong mga kasamahan para madagdagan din yung knowledge niya or skill, and then para umangat siya. So that should be our attitude para matulungan natin yung ating mga kasamahan para umakyat din. And the career progression is also outlines the route of one may follow in order to reach identified career development goals. So yan yung pag-uusapan natin, yung career progression. So what is the legal basis of our career progression? We have the Republic Act 9292, the CPD law, which is RA 10912, and Republic Act number 10968, which is the Philippine Qualification Framework. So yan yung legal basis natin para natin ma-develop yung career progression path natin. Okay, so hindi ko na siguro isa-isahin yan. But anyway, under Section 31 ng RA 92, yan yung ating pinagbabasihan. And then Section 7 of Article 2 RA 92, yan yung ating basihan. And then sa PQF, nakadefine na dyan, a Philippine Qualification Framework shall be established which shall describe the level of educational qualification and set the standards for qualification outcome. So it is also a quality-assured national system for development, recognition, and award of qualification based on the standards of knowledge. So makikita nyo yun, laging bumabalik yung qualification based on the standards of knowledge, skills, and values. Kung saan mo man na-acquire yan, either through your work or through the academy. So kailangan ma-define yan. Ano yung standards na knowledge and skill para po umakyat ka from level 6 to level 7. So yan yung i-establish natin. Okay. And then the CPD law or the RA 10912. And specifically Section 12 of RA 10912, it says the PRC and the PRB in consultation with the APO, the Civil Service Commission, and other concerned government agencies and industry stakeholders shall formulate and implement a career progression and specialization program for every profession. Kahit na anong profession mo, whether ikaw ay doktor, ikaw ay engineer, o ikaw ay teacher. So meron ng minamandate ang PRC at ang regulatory board na mag-establish ng career progression and specialization program. So may legal basis tayo bakit tayo merong nitong CPSP. Ang legal basis natin si PD Law, yung PQF at saka yung ating Public Act 9292. Okay. So when we talk of career progression, there are 5 ways to acquire the career progression and specialization. So there are 5 initially 5 paths, or there are several, no? But these are the most common: the academic track, the professional track, the creative innovative work, research, leadership, and management. So the academic track is under the supervision of CHED. The professional track is under PRC. Creative and innovative work, wala pa yan, wala pang agency na nag-handle, even the research and leadership and management. So we can use these 3 other track i-combine sa academic at saka professional. But for we will concentrate first on the professional and academic track. So alisin muna natin yung dalawa, but we can use that part of that in the professional track or in the academic track. Since na meron din namang research sa academic track, even the professional track meron din research, may management. But there is no specific agency right now to handle the 3 track or the 3 pathways. So we will concentrate first on the academic track and the professional track. Okay, so when we talk of specialization, we define the specialization for electronics engineers based on the consultation we held in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Actually, mga 2 years na nagko-consultation in relation to our curriculum. Ito yung na-define. So initially, dito muna tayo magko-concentrate this specialization, but we can also increase this specialization. So telecommunication, microelectronics, power electronics, so forth and so on. So ito muna, but we can expand this specialization. So ano yung conceptual framework na ginawa natin for our profession? So there are 2 tracks here, and the entry, if we divide this into 3 levels, we have the level 6, level 7, and level 8. And then divide it to academic track. And we have the entry level, which is the baccalaureate. So yung sa taas, the academic annotation request. Ano ba ito? During the annotation, okay, ano itong, may lumabas sa akin. Okay. In-approve ko. Ano ba yung, nag-request si Joseph. Anyway, in-approve ko. Ano ba yung ni-request na yun. And then we have the professional track. Patayaw na. Patayaw umabante na. Doc Renan, patayaw na.
Pa-request ka ulit sir nung control.
Ah,
Sa mag-annotate. May yung in-approve mo kanina ng con. Right click mo sa screen sir.
so, magano ako sa left?
Right click mo sa screen ng yung screen mo ngayon.
Right, ayaw
Wala bang lumalabas na
wala eh.
I think naka-turn on pa rin yung naka-annotate.
Yun nga, naka-annotate si Joseph. Ano pangalan nun, Joseph?
Sir JFK yata yun.
Si Joseph Kabatay. Teka, sandali. Ano?
Sir JFK, cancel yung annotation.
Ba natin disable yan?
Ganun ba yung connection or?
Malis natin sir.
Ano gagawin ko? Decline? Decline ang gagawin ko rito.
Approve mo lang sir, tapos request ka na lang ulit sa akin.
Okay.
Saglit lang sir ha.
Do you
Then,
want copy?
Right click ulit yan. Take control no.
Ayaw ah.
Saglit lang sir. Okay, then request ka ulit, right click on the screen.
Right click. Right click.
Then request control.
Next.
Wala.
Wala.
Oh, nangyari.
Bakit kaya ganun? So, double click ko itong one?
Yan po, yan.
Sige, ano na lang ulit ko. Ayan, okay. So,
Makapag-control ka sir.
ayan, okay na, nakokontrol ko na. Okay, so level 6, level 7, and level 8. So, yung entry level natin is the baccalaureate. So, we have the academic track and the professional track. So, dun sa academic track, it's very easy. Kung ikaw ay may master ng electronics, level 7 ka. Kung ikaw ay may PhD, level 8 ka. But this is, ang magbibigay sa iyo ng qualification nito is yung CHED. Ang PRC hindi, kumbaga sa ano, hindi sila authorized. Ang meron lang authority na maisama itong professional nito sa level 7 sa PQR or yung Philippine Qualification Registry, yung CHED. Sila ang magpapasok ng pangalan sa CHED na ikaw ay level 7 because you have a master. But as far as PRC is concerned, hindi ka level 7. So, kailangan klaro sa atin yun. Even though if you have a PhD degree, still under the professional track, hindi ka level 8. Dadaan ka pa rin sa process kahit may PhD ka. Same thing with kung allied profession, meron kang re-require na experience. So, straightforward naman yung sa academic track. It's easy. But ang nagbibigay niyan, I just want to emphasize, ang nagbibigay niyan sa academic track is yung CHED. Hindi PRC. So, dito tayo mag-concentrate ngayon sa professional track. So, itong professional track. So, doon sa professional track, ikaw ay level 7, ang title mo is Professional Electronics Engineering ang tawag. So, yun yung parang degree kung sa professional track ka pupunta. Yun yung parang degree mo na Professional Electronics Engineering dun sa level 8 Advanced Professional Electronics Engineering. Yan yung title. Ang qualification mo, mamaya di-discuss ko ano yung mga qualification ng Professional Electronics Engineer. Ano yung qualification ng Advanced Professional Electronics Engineer. So, ito PRC ang magbibigay. Siya ang magpapasok ng name ng professional doon sa Philippine Qualification Registry. So, but before you can have that level 7 and also the qualification title, Professional Electronics Engineering, dapat masunod mo na yung, there should be a program or learning outcome aligned to PQF level 7 descriptor ng PQF. Same thing with level 8. There should be a program or a learning outcome aligned to PQF level 8 level descriptor. So yan yung ginawa namin, yung level 7. Ano na yung level descriptor ng level 7? Ano yung level descriptor ng level 8 based on the PQF template. So, kahit na hindi ka pumunta ng eskwelahan, kung ikaw ay qualified for the program and learning outcome na prepare for that qualification or for that level, so mabibigyan ka ng title at pwedeng isama yung pangalan mo sa Philippine Qualification Registry under ng PRC. So, yan yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Okay. So, qualification title. So, yan yung by the way, itong tatlong level nito, nasa Philippine Qualification Framework na. Level 6, Registered Electronics Engineer ang tawag. Level 7, Professional Electronics Engineering. Level 8, Advanced Professional Electronics Engineering. So yung mga pangalan ng Professional Electronics Engineering Level 7, ini-input na ngayon dyan sa Philippine Qualification Registry through PRC. So ang PRC ang nag-i-input. So yung mga PECE natin, pinapasok na yung pangalan sa Level 7 ng Philippine Qualification Registry. So yung tinatawag na PQF. Okay. Kasi ang authorized mag-submit ng pangalan doon sa PQR, yung PRC, CHED, at saka yung TESDA. So, yan. Nandyan na tayo sa stage na yan. Okay. So, very important, this program and learning outcome should be aligned to PQF level descriptor. So, for level 8, ganun din. So, paano natin gagawin yan? So, when we talk of level descriptor, we have this learning outcome. Yung LAM, which is level alignment method and other consideration. Yan yung tatlong pinagbasehan or consideration to come out with the program outcome and learning outcome for each level. So anyway, hindi ko na i-discuss yung different based on the Bloom's taxonomy. We have seven of these standard learning outcome. Yung knowledge, cognitive skill, competence, degree of independence, interpersonal and communication, attitude and values, and ethical and moral development. So yan yung based on the Bloom's taxonomy, yan yung domain. But as far as the PQF is concerned, ang kinuhang domain yung knowledge, skills, at saka yung attitude or values. So yung number 1, 2, and 7 ng Bloom's taxonomy. So yun yung pinagbasihan. But they also get this the degree of independence and responsibility. But anyway, all of these are part of the learning outcome na in-input namin dun sa level 7 and level 8. Okay, so the qualification are based on the learning outcome are based on the CHED policies or the PSG. Familiar kayo dyan sa ano yan. And then also we have some reference on the Washington Accord Graduate Attributes Profile and the APEC Competency Standard. Yung Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Standards. So yan yung tatlo ang binasihan natin ng ating learning outcomes. Program and learning outcome for each level. Okay, so just to make sure that the qualification outcome match with the PQF and AQRF level descriptor, gumamit tayo ng tinatawag na LAM, the Level Alignment Matrix. So paano natin ginawa yan? We use the PQF use these three domain. Yung knowledge, skills, and values, application and responsibility, and degree of independence. So, ito yung laging binabasihan. Itong tatlong to, 1, 2, 3 na domain. So, paano gagawin yan? Through the template. Ito yung template. Hindi ko na napalabas yung template. But anyway, just for purposes of giving the importance of program outcomes and learning outcome, this program and learning outcomes is very important in the it should be aligned first to the PQF level descriptor, and this will provide as the training modules na pwedeng ibigay ng CPD providers or ng whoever designing the modules to attain the qualification level on a particular specialization. And also this will be the basis for the creation of the CPD program for its professionals. So focus na ngayon tayo sa CPD programs, hindi basta ordinary kahit na anong CPD binibigay natin. So kung if we have these program learning outcomes, mapopokus na natin yung binibigay nating CPD programs. And then we can also use the program outcomes and learning outcomes for the assessment ng mga professionals. So very important tong program outcomes and learning outcome para sa training modules na binibigay na gagawin ng specialty group. And then yung CPT program na binibigay ng CPT providers at saka yung pag-assess ng mga professional para ma-qualify siya sa level 7, level 8 based on the 3 domains. Okay, ito yung sample ng sample ng PQF. You will notice hinighlight ko yung knowledge, skills and values, application, degree of independence. So dinidescribe lang dito yung ano ang attributes ng professional based dun sa knowledge, skills and values at saka yung based on the application ng kanyang knowledge, skills and values, and then also on the degree of the application or the degree of supervision of the implementation of his knowledge, skills, and values. So you will notice nag-iiba ang degree from level 6. Pag sa level 6, demonstrate broad and coherent knowledge. Pero pag napunta ka na ng level 7, iba na ang degree, pero the same parameters din ang ginagamit to determine yung qualification ng particular professional. Pero yung degree is based on this demonstrate advanced knowledge and skills. So medyo higher degree nito. So sa level 7. Same thing with application and also the degree of independence. You will notice I highlighted in yellow yung difference ng level 6 and level 7 and also level 8. This one naman demonstrate highly advanced systematic knowledge. So the same parameter din ang ginamit, knowledge, skills and values, application and degree of independence. So the same parameter but the different degree ang hinahanap sa professional. So yung una broad, tapos yung isa highly advanced, yung isa yung isa advanced. So depende sa degree. Yun yung level na matitipine yung iyong title of qualification. So I will not be discussing this, but anyway, just for the sake of your understanding sa program and learning outcome, you will notice that there are some program outcome or learning outcomes na the same, but the descriptor is different. Let's say, for example, applies knowledge, Yung program mismo, the applies knowledge of mathematics, physical sciences, information technology, and engineering principle. But the learning outcome for this particular program, it says for level 7, uses relevant and appropriate applied sciences, engineering principle and techniques in formulating process design and operation improvement. And then the other one is develop computer program, then 3 manages. If you will look at level 8, the same program, but different learning outcome. This one propose innovation. Sa other one is sa level 7 uses relevant. So iba na ang learning outcome mo rito, but the same program outcome. So yan yung difference ng level 8 and level 7 of the same program. So this is the learning outcomes or the professional practice outcome for each level. So level 6, yeah, level 7, madami ito. So these are the attributes of the professional kung level 6 ka. Pero pag level 7 ka, different na itong attributes. So I will just show this one. Hindi ko na iisa-isahin yan, but anyway, these are available naman kasi we made a resolution for our career progression and this will be published. So magiging available yan in the future basta lumabas na yung final. So this is for level 8. So you will notice iba na itong sa level 8. Let's say for example, level 8. Demonstrate engineering leadership. So doon sa pag nag-demonstrate ng engineering leadership, facilitate innovation, promotes engineering profession, establishes engineering business organization direction. So higher level na ito. Provide significant engineering contribution, encourages. So you will notice that this is also the learning outcome na hinihingi sa ethic engineer. Itong portion. This is just example. So there are several of these. Manages engineering business organization and so forth and so on. So paano i-implement yung career progression and specialization program? So very critical in this portion is this is the PLO, Specialty Society. So ito yung para makaakyat ka sa level 8, dapat meron na tayo Specialty Society. Na yung Specialty Society yan, malaki ang role in preparing the professional para sa qualification na level 8 through training at saka yung binibigay na assessment. So, ganyan ang flow. Yung from Specialty Society, yung recommendation will go to the CPS committee, which is the CPS committee is the Career Progression and Specialization Committee, and then also will go up to CPD Council, and then to the Regulatory Board, ang mag-a-approve yung commission. So yan yung process. So but this one, although this is an expanded flow, but I will not be discussing this anymore. But if there are questions, maybe later on I can discuss this. So very critical tong specialty society or specialty board. Kasi yung specialty board, yun yung mag-a-assess doon sa mga specialists o sa professional kung sila ay karapat-dapat na mabigyan ng title na level 8. So yan yung trabaho ng specialty board. So maraming requirement na gagawin. But anyway, so later on na lang siguro during the open forum, So this is again the process. Pinakita ko lang uli. Specialty board, CPSP, PRB, PMC, PRC, PQF, and AQF. So yung ultimate natin is the AQRF. Okay, so ito paano natin sa level 6 and level 7 and level 8. These are the criteria, compliance criteria para mabigyan ka ng level 6 or level 7. Sa level 6, wala na tayong problem kasi the criteria na comply naman yan. So, yung presence of accredited program and or curriculum, meron na sa level 6, meron na CHED, yung BSEC program natin. The quality assurance, yung under Republic Act 9292, yung assessment, competency assessment through the board exam, certifying body, CHED at saka PRC, and then recognized education or training provider, CHED or the higher educational institution. Sa level 7, ito na approved na in principle. Yung mga PECE natin, babagsak na ng level 7. Unlike before, hindi pa na-present to, hindi ko na-justify, still kahit na PEC ka, level 6 ka pa rin as far as PQF is concerned. But as of this year, approve in principle yung lahat ng PECE level 7. So yung mga PECE, ini-input na yan sa Philippine Qualification Registry. So manually ginagawa ng PRC, pinapasok yung mga pangalan ng mga PECE as level 7 sa PQF. So ano ang justification? Although this one, medyo ilang beses kong present to, siguro pabalik-balik siguro mga 3-4, maraming mga questions. But anyway, I said to them that there is a presence of accredited program, although this is not structured nor this is formal, but part of the requirement in RA 9292, you have a 7 years experience and at least 2 years of which are in responsible charge of significant engineering work. Dito hinihingan ako ng mga record at saka yung formal program to become professional electronics engineer. Although sa Republic Act 9292 wala namang hinihingi, no, basta ito lang 7 years of experience. So ginastify ko na lang na there is an accredited program based on the CPD at saka based on the work experience. And then the quality assurance mechanism or accreditation nandun din sa RA 9292. So sabi ko, this is already a law. So hindi naman nire-require yung structured program, but only based on experience. And then the competency assessment, the TOS, when we say TOS, table of specification, that's the reason why we changed the TOS. If you remember, last February, when was that? February 2018, we changed our TOS to comply with this criteria. When we assess the PECE before, wala kami sinusundan na TOS. We just based on the presentation made by the candidate, and then we just ask questions. But this one, we have the table of specification. And the TER actually is the and the oral exam, yan yung mga justification na ginawa natin based doon sa Republic Act 9292. So at least nakalusot na yan. And then certifying body, sabi namin part ng 9292 sa batas natin, and then certification from 3 PECE. Ang problem nga lang, minsan naabuso ng mga nagse-certify. Kahit hindi kilala, sinecertify yan. So, which is not good. Minsan, sinisingil pa. Meron kami nahuli na sinisingil pa. Hindi naman yun ang purpose ng RA 9292. But anyway, siguro na-correct na yan. May nasita kami na naniningil. Sinecertify mo that this person is really qualified as a PECE. Tapos sisingilin mo. Anyway, so recognized education and training provider. So yung engineering report at saka yung CPD, yun yung mga training na pinag-justify. Sa level 8 talaga medyo mahirap, maraming hinihingi. So this is for development. So at least yung ating mga professionals from level 6 makakakit na sila ng level 7, and what we are working is level 8 through the specialty society or specialty group. So ito yung ginagawa. In fact, si June Gupela is very active on this. So tinap ko siya to develop these parameters sa level 8 para ma-comply natin yung criteria para from level 6, 7, and 8. So we are working on this. And the national IECEP is very supportive now on this development. So, and in fact, the national IECEP created a committee headed by Lai Villas. So, hopefully, ma-develop na natin itong mga requirements nito. Okay. So, anyway, similarly this, parehas na naman yan. Nilagay ko lang yung ano yung title. Ano yung qualification title. So, ito yung program. Sana magawa ito within a year, pero nahihirapan tayo kasi because of the requirements. So, I thought kaya ko ng 1 year, iba 2 years. Kasi sa telecom, sa impact yung sa nasaan yung broadcasting. Since that there is already an existing society sa broadcast, I thought mabilis na, pero medyo nahihirapan. But anyway, hopefully, ma-develop natin and then we can certify na or we can award sa level 8. Hopefully within a year or next year we have a professional under level 8. Pero level 7, assure na tayo lahat ng PECE, even yung member ng ACPE, kung ikaw ay ACPE at PECE, level 7 ka. So yun yung agreement na namin. So there are several phases for this career progression. 12 yan. Anyway, yung identified career path, qualification title, drafted program, consulted the other PRB. Kasi mayroong mga other PRBs na parehas yung kanilang specialty. And then, ikukonsulta pa sa commission, magko-conduct ng consultation, approval ng PRB, so and so forth and so on. And then, nasa phase 10 na tayo, consulted the Civil Service Commission. Yung sa ating, yung sa ating particular career progression. Yung iba pa nga, nasa phase 4 pa lang eh. At least tayo nag-advance na. Sinagmit na yung recommendation sa Civil Service for comment. Once na meron ng approval meron ng comment ang Civil Service, so pupunta na sa commission and then for public orientation. So, nandiyan na tayo sa phase 10. Sinagmit na yung Pero yung phase 8, yung level 8, medyo under development pa. Pero yung 7, na yan? 6, 7. At saka yung the whole CPSP program natin, which includes level 8 also, yun yung sinagmit sa Civil Service Commission. Okay, so yan yung phases ng 1. So the big challenge now is the creation of a specialty society. So with that, hopefully I can give some more inputs through maybe questions on the box or questions by the participants. So thank you very much for listening. Yeah, back to you, host. So I'll just remove the presentation, this year. Alisin ko sharing.
Okay na po yun, sir.
Naalis ko na ba? Hindi pa?
Naalis na, sir.
Okay, sige. Okay, so maybe we can entertain questions.
Thank you, Sir Jorge,
Oo,
for that
kasi hindi ko na...
wonderful presentation. So, yes po, we need to entertain some questions. Actually, meron na po. Let me read you questions here from hold on. May we call on Sir Eric Fabre? Are you online, sir? Would you like to do the honor? Ikaw mismong magtanong kay Honorable Orbe your questions, or kami na po? Pa-unmute na lang po, Sir Eric, if you're there. Sir Eric? Okay, let me do the honor na lang po para kay Sir Eric. Sir Orbe, ito po ang question niya. Sir, are there any benefits po for having level 7 and level 8 qualifications sa employment sector po? Salamat po and God bless. Yan po yung tanong ni Sir Eric Fabre.
Actually, doon sa employment per se, meron niya pero I cannot really define ano yung advantage, but it really depends on the employer. But as far as the mobility of a professional within the ASEAN country, malaki ang epekto nito. Kasi the qualification of particular professional is determined by the level na sinagmit ng Philippine o ng PQF sa AQRF. So doon sila magbabase. So pagka halimbawa ang requirement is level 8 doon sa kabilang country at titingnan yung qualification mo is level 8 din. So malaki ang chance mo na matanggap ka ron. So yung terms na kasi when you have a qualification na sinertify na a particular body, in this case yung PRC, nag-i-increase yung value ng individual o yung value ng qualification mo. So the only authorized certifying body sa ngayon na recognize ng government is yung PRC. So although maraming certifying body na internationally recognized, but as far as yung government is concerned, PRC ang mag-certify. That's why yung mga certifying body dapat mapa-approve sa PRC para kumbaga sa legal na legal yung pagkaka-certify. So in terms of meaning improvement, kasi pagka tumataas yung qualification mo, siyempre tumataas din yung position mo, tumataas din yung salary, di ba? It goes pagka tumaas yung depende kasi sa depende sa employer. Generally, kung merong program ang company sa kanila na improvement ng individual, so yung qualification na makukuha mo sa PQF part ng qualification mo doon sa company mo. So may chance na mag-improve yung ano mo, yung position mo at saka yung salary. It goes with the qualification. So I hope I have answered the questions, or may merong ikaklaro pa, or merong gusto pa siyang i-clear.
Yeah, I think so, sir. Nasagot naman po kasi follow-up lang po niya kasi rito is from Sir Eric Fabre. I was hoping malaman po sana the worth of upgrading to higher PQF levels, whether if there is any law will mandate the employers back home in the Philippines to perhaps require employers for them to hire professionals with higher level of PQF with certain grade level of salary and compensation. So at least nasagot naman po yun ninyo, Sir Orbe.
That's the reason why we sent it to civil service. Kasi the civil, as far as government employees are concerned, no? Because the civil service is the one determining the position and also the qualification of the individual. Wait lang ah.
Yes po, sir. Yes, go ahead po, sir.
Yeah, that's the reason why the civil service is involved in this because of that. Dapat yung empleyado or yung civil service kasi nagdi-determine din ng qualification din, nagdi-determine din sila. So that's why we are coordinating this with the civil service.
Yes, sir. Noted on that, sir. Another follow-up question. Doc Renan, may question po kayo kay Sir Orbe? Kindly unmute, sir.
Actually, nagbigay pa ako ng chance sa members muna pero sa attendees muna. Pero sige,
sir.
tawag muna ako. Sir. Yeah, sir, ang sa akin po, ang question ko po is more of not sa members but for us as officers ng mga chapters, okay? How are we going to ano po yung sa specialization? Actually, natanong na po namin last BECER about some guidelines, and I think siguro on process pa rin po yung guidelines. Gusto lang po namin malaman how are we going to start the specialization. Ang current na nasa isip po namin is I think a form of communication lang, a communication channel lang between those members na of same discipline or of same specialization, para lang po yung speed ng communication nila kapag may meeting, kapag may ano ba yan, yung parang professional na nagtutulungan sila, parang ganoon po. Paano po ba namin i-start ngayon habang hinihintay po namin yung complete guidelines?
Yeah, I think pinakamagandang gawin is kontakin nyo sino-sino yung mga specialists on a particular field. Let's say, sino-sino ang nasa telecom. So, among yourself, dapat magkakakilala na kayo. Once na ma-establish na yung formal society, meaning yung formal organization, so madali nang ipasok yung mga pangalan nyo. Kasi dapat member siya ng member siya ng organization na yon. Ang gagawin ng IECEP National, nagkikreate ng parang a committee on specialization, and then ang umbrella organization is still IECEP. So IECEP is very much involved on this formation of society. Ang trabaho lang ng society o ng specialty society, during the process ng evaluation, hindi na dapat kasama ang IECEP. Pero in the process ng pag-determine kung siya ay qualified doon o kaya ay member siya, kasi dapat member siya ng APO eh. So kung siya ay active member, kung siya ba ay nagbabayad at siya ay talagang nasa listahan ng IECEP. Kasi kung hindi, maring hindi siya masama dun sa specialty society. Kasi dun sa create na guidelines, dapat yung may license na professional license pagkatapos member ng APO. So very critical yung membership din sa APO. So ang importante ngayon siguro muna makuha nyo sino-sino yung mga
roster po.
Oo, yung cluster. Halimbawa, nasa instrumentation. Sino-sino yung mga kasama sa instrumentation? Sino-sino yung magkasama sa telecom? Sino-sino yung magkakasama sa broadcast? Once na meron na kayong pangalan, basta na organize na yung yung society yun. So isasubmit nyo na yung pangalan, then i-screen nyo na lang kung sino-sino yung pwedeng ma-recommend para maging level 8. Kasi sa level 7, basta PECE ka, medyo automatic na yun eh. Na-justify na natin yun eh. So yung level 8 na lang. So ang magagawa nun, ang mag-evaluate nung kung ikaw ay mare-recommend sa level 8, yung specialty board. Maaaring bibigyan ka ng exam, bibigyan ka ng i-assess ka, ano bang training ang nakuha mo. Ang magdi-determine mo yung society. So kailangan mag-member ka ng society yun para ma-qualify ka sa level 8. So yun yung first step na gawin nyo. I-identify nyo kung sino-sino yung magkakasama o sino-sino yung isang specialization field. And then pagka na-form na yan, submit nyo yung pangalan nyo, then ang mag-evaluate na yun yung board na I don't know kung paano gagawin nung kung by election or pero initially i-appoint ng PRB ng board ng electronics yung board mismo ng specialty niyo. So initially pagkatapos tuloy-tuloy na 'yon.
Okay po sir. Okay po sir, thank you po.
Okay.
Thank you, Sir Orbe. Sir Orbe, we have one question. Welcome, Sir Jimmy Santos from Oman. Sir, ito po yung question ni Sir Jimmy. Does mobility within Asian countries have already been addressed by PTC through Asean Engineering Registry, ACPE, and APEC for Asia Pacific? How are we going to draw the line between CPSP level certification and AAR, ACPE, and APEC?
Ang masasagot ko lang about DDD-PRC. Yung PTC, although PTC is working towards the mobility, but as far as yung government-to-government arrangement, only yung ACPE ang hawak ng government-to-government. Because yung PTC is a private organization, private din yung arrangement sa ibang countries. But yung ACPE is a government to government arrangement. So let's say government ng Malaysia nakikipag-usap sa government ng Philippines through PRC through ACPE. So although both have the same benefits in terms of mobility, but the other one is private initiative, yung ACPE is government initiative. So may mandate yung government yung PRC sa mobility through yung arrangement nila sa ibang countries. So government to government 'yon. Yung PTC kasi private. Kumbaga sa walang sanction mismo ng government. Although initially nag-start talaga yung Asean Engineering through PTC way back in ano ba yan, 2000, 1995 pa ata yan eh. So since na nakita ng gobyerno na okay yung private initiative, so ginawa ng different government ng Asia, mag-form niya. Ang na-form nga is yung AQPE, yung Asean Charter. Pero it was patterned dun sa private initiative para yun sa mobility. So private yung private yung PTC. So eventually siguro we will evaluate kung yung masasama dun sa PQF. Kasi ang PTC ngayon hindi authorized to include yung AER nila, yung ASEAN engineer, dun sa PTC. Only PRC ang pwedeng magpasok ng pangalan sa PQF. So PTC, I don't know, ang PTC ata nagre-request pero hindi in-approve. I don't know I'm not sure. Pero only PRC, CHED, TESDA ang pwede magpasok ng pangalan dun sa PQF. May attempt ata ang PTC to get the authority para magpasok din dun sa PQF or Philippine Qualification Registry. So yun lang siguro mako-comment ko. Both are the same purpose para mobility, pero as far as yung government is concerned, ACPE lang ang ng PRC.
Okay, sir. Noted on that. Sir Jimmy Santos from Oman, are there any more follow-up sa questions po ninyo? Or, okay. Ito po, nag-reply na po si Sir Jimmy. Thank you po very much, Sir Orbe, for that answer to your question, to my question.
Okay.
In line din po, kasi may mga nagtatanong sa chat natin, yung mga specializations, yung mga sabi nila dito, alin-alin po ba yung mga kasama or mga sub-categories sa specializations. Then, we have a side note answer po galing kay Sir Lyle Villas ng IECEP Rizal. On the part po of the IECEP board and the committee for specialization, there are still major items for discussion, but IECEP UAE needs to segregate its members already according to specializations identified initially by PRC through their various consultations before. So yes, we will do that, Sir Joel, Sir Lyle. And we are checking also on the subcategory, especially for the major ones.
Zen?
Yes, sir. Yes, Doc.
Yeah. Si Sir Lyle is from IECEP National. Welcome,
yep.
sir.
Yes.
Baka
welcome.
gusto niyang mag-speak or explain yung elaborate.
Yeah,
yes,
siguro for the benefits ng
lang yan na IECEP National is always supporting us.
Officer siya, officer.
Yes po.
Sir, hindi ready.
Nagpagwapo pa, nagpagwapo.
Habang nag-late dinner But I'm attending, of course, because the topic is very much of interest to me on behalf of the IECEP National Board, syempre rin po. So, good afternoon sa lahat ng attendees na here, and syempre to the officers, the ones who arranged this this seminar in a way sa IECEP UAE and all the friends here po sa IECEP UAE. In fact, I'm also representing aside sa national I'm also handling po kasi the Committee on Specializations, and part of the committees are also here. With your very own, si Engineer Junlord Gopela is here as co-chair ko po doon, and si Engineer Jimmy Santos, kaya nga siguro may mga tanong din sila kanina. But siguro just to elaborate lang further, siguro kung nakikita nyo po yung ibang chapter, ang pinaka-notably na nauna rito is Cavite. Cavite chapter actually spearheaded yung trend ng mag-create ng specialized groups locally. And then Rizal would have its would follow. Meron din sila magkakaroon. Inati na rin nila ang ano nila, ang groups nila. Rather ang membership locally into various specialization na ano. So if you want naputol kasi ako kanina. I'm sure nandun yung sa slide ni Sir Hermie yung specialized groups na initially identified ng PRC. So that is the suggestion. Pwede nyo na pong simulan sa IECEP UAE na hatiin na yung membership po ninyo according to, hindi ko kabisado lahat pero yun nga, may mga telco, biomed, yung may nagtatanong kanina sa nag-i-include ang CCTV, doon sa ano na yun, it's under building ICT, or siguro dadagdagan pa namin ng ng konting additional adjective pa doon sa ano. Yan po, yan. Nilagay pala ni ano. Sino po nag-flash? Si Sir Hermie rin po yata, no? But anyway, those are the...
Yung host.
Yung host po, okay. Na-screenshotan na po siguro nila. So yan po.
Yeah.
Now, on the side po ni IECEP National, siguro okay namang banggitin that this would be part of the agenda tomorrow. We would have a board meeting po tomorrow. And there are still items, major items in a way, na kailangan po for discussion. Siguro most notably po dyan yung part ng the part that would have to be included itong specialization initiative na to in our bylaws kasi ngayon wala po siya doon and of course it will still be under the decision of the board collectively. Yun, pero ang pinakamagandang advice talaga is kagaya rin ng sinabi ni Sir Hermie kanina hatiin na natin, kilalanin nyo na within your chapter sino yung mga nasa specializations na yan. And then para later on, pag okay na, yung part na yung pinaka mabubuong kumbaga mechanism and workflows, magko-converge na lang lahat ng chapters kasi identified na nila o lahat ng telco ni UAE, telco ni Cavite, telco ni Rizal, pwede na kayong magsama-sama, mas madali ng makakapag-usap later on. Siguro that would be it muna kasi meron ding mga items na I think I'm not privy na medyo banggitin ko muna on public. And it should be discussed then also with the board of ECE rin. Yan, kila Sir Hermie. Pero yun, on the part of the chapter, kung nakikita nyo yung ibang chapter na naggagano na sila, parang naghahati-hati na sila, I think that's the right thing to do and wala naman ako nakikitang mali doon. In fact, maganda nga yun kasi at least identified mo na yung strengths ng chapter nyo Alam mo kaagad kung sino yung mga nandun ano yung marami mong membership na on this specialization and then saan kayo medyo hindi naman ganun karami yung membership nyo on this specialization. So yun, yun lang po muna. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Doc Renan, Gov Renan, for to speak.
Thank you rin, sir. And we will support your IECEP National and your committee for this specialization.
Siyempre po, gusto naman talaga natin itong under IECEP, wala namang diyan. Walang question doon. It should be under IECEP talaga and we want everyone na on board pa rin. Siyempre, we only have one organization, di ba? Yun lang naman yung po diyan. Thank you po. Sir Hermie, siguro na lang for follow up na lang sa mga susunod. Depending on what will be the outcome of the meeting po tomorrow. Thank you. And good luck. Good sa inyo po diyan. Good tanghali. Magandang tanghali po sa lahat. Thank you.
Yeah, the most important yung mabago yung constitutions and bylaws. Yun yung critical dun sa atin kasi yung guidelines na pinalabas ng PRC una yung independent yung society pero we oppose dapat ang under ng umbrella ng ng APO. So pumayag ang PRC under the umbrella ng APO provided na yung bylaws nakadefine doon yung merong specialty or natin specialization committee. Meron. So dapat yun ang maipush yung specialization committee or specialty committee. So yun ang dapat maipush natin sa bylaws natin. Anyway, we still have time naman. Kung magawa sa mid-year yan, tapos maaprubahan, so makakahabol pa tayo.
Basta, Sir Hermie, definitely, siguro may iwan ko lang. I want everyone to hear din also. Siyempre, with all these efforts, pag may kailangan din po ang IECEP National from the board, definitely we would really need your support on this din po. The board of ECE, hindi ko po sabihin. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Salamat
okay.
po.
Sige.
Okay, thank you, Sir Lai, for that message. Okay, Sir Hermie, there's another question here from our very own Engineer John Lloyd Emerson Gopela. So, ang questions po is, due to the COVID-19, we are limited to the travel and gather in large groups, which impacts our plan for upgrade. Is there a plan from the PRC to conduct online interviews for all PECE and ACPIACS aspirants po?
Yeah, there is a plan. In fact, we are finalizing the guidelines on how to conduct online interview. So, ano yan? Nasa pipeline na yan. Kung baga sa i-implement na lang, antay lang yung guidelines. In principle, approved na sa PRC, approved na sa lahat. Kanya lang yung guidelines yun ang medyo matagal-tagal. Kanya nga sabi ko kanina before this webinar, lahat ng mga qualified na PECE mag-prepare na ng application para just in case na ma-approve yung guidelines, so simulan na natin yung interview. But I suggest, yung kanina sinasuggest ko, yung mga chapter siguro, yung mga mag-a-apply na PECE, tulungan nyo muna. Magkaroon muna kayo ng parang preliminary interview, reviewin nyo yung mga dokumento nila. If they are qualified, siguro meron katulad ng ginawa ng Rizal, meron parang mock na interview. Alam naman nila kung paano mag-interview ang present board. So siguro i-practice natin yung mga PECE na mag-a-apply para hindi na pag isang nila at saka talagang qualified silang maging PECE. So yun lang hiling ko sa mga chapters, kung pwedeng tulungan nila yung mga applicants through proper scrutiny ng mga dokumento. Kasi yung iba, just for the sake of submission, nagsasubmit pero may nire-reject kaming ganun And then siguro, yun nga, merong parang practice ng interview. Yung pagtayo man lang sa panel, yung paano sila tumayo, paano sila mag-ayos. Although online, siguro, you just maging truthful doon sa sasabihin nila. So, hopefully, mga chapters makakatulong doon sa mga applicants.
Yes, sir. Noted on that, sir. Sir, we will entertain last questions from Sir Christopher Acob. Sir Hermie, with the competence level we have as an IECEP, do we have government-sponsored projects that we can at least showcase the capability of IECEP, especially in this pandemic and post-pandemic situation?
Palagay ko maraming in fact, when I was president ng IECEP noon, maraming government projects na gustong IECEP ang mag-handle kasi alam nila nandoon ang expertise sa IECEP. Kanya lang, siyempre kailangan establish sa atin. Kumbaga sa dapat may structured na na organization na to handle a particular project. maganda yung ano para matulungan natin yung mga ibang ano natin kasamahan natin. If we can get projects from the government kasi nandun yung expertise natin eh. So I hope yung present board tingnan din kung paano gagawin. Yung present board ng IECEP I mean to involve yung organization natin sa project ng gobyerno.
Yes, sir. Noted on that. Sir, pinaka-last question po pala. With regards sa CPD points, where is it? Way po ba ang CPD requirements sa mga OFWs for the renewal ng PRC IDs?
Swerte nyo, wala kayong CPD na nire-require. Maswerte kayo. Pero sayang naman, lalo na kung kayo ay ACPE na at saka Asean engineer, you need 150 CPD points for 3 years. So, ituloy nyo lang.
At least, tuloy pa rin natin ang pag-collect ng CPD kasi para sa atin din naman po yun.
Oo, para sa inyo. Pero as far as PRC is concerned, zero.
Okay.
Zero for renewal.
Thank you so much for that clarification, sir. So, okay. So, to proceed, may I call on Engineer Jeffrey Henrikson to award our certificate to Sir Honorable Herminio J. Orbe.
Hello, sir.
Sir Jeffrey.
Yeah, thanks, Sen. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Sir Hermie, salamat po sa pagiging speaker namin. And this certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Honorable Herminio J. Orbe, Member Professional Regulatory Board of Electronics Engineering Professional Regulation Commission, as our resource speaker of Pece, PQF, and Specialization for sharing relevant information during the Professional Upgrade Program. Given this 12th day of February 2021 in United Arab Emirates, signed by our Governor and Chairman of the Board, Dr. Renan M. Gotis, PhD, PEC. Thank you, Sir Hermie.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, then.
Thank you so much, Sir
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jeffrey. So, may I call on our Director for Membership Development, Engineer Ruben James Sevillano, for announcements. Sir Ruben?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, sir.
Okay, good afternoon po sa ating lahat at magandang gabi na sa iba't ibang lugar ng umaten dito sa ating webinar. Maraming salamat po Engineer Orbit for this very informative and very powerful webinar and very informative. Maraming salamat po. So sa lahat po ng mga umaten, especially yung national BODs natin and all the BOTs from other chapters and all the members. So actually this announcement is addressed to all IECEP UAE members. First of all, I would like to remind each and every one of IECEP UAE members to who have lapsed their membership to renew their IECEP UAE membership, and also if their PRC is expired, they can also renew now. You can contact us, the Director for Membership Development, for the same. I will also be sending the forms for you to fill up offline, so you can respond to me. And in that form, in line with that, we also gather information to update your membership data record, and the specialization is in line with the one that discussed by our BOD earlier. Nakalagay din po doon, mas maganda kung mailagay natin doon yung ating specialization pag po nag-fill up tayo ng form, so we can be updated. And also I would like to remind everyone to encourage everyone to respond to the survey that we sent you Actually, the community volunteers, specialization survey which is in line nga doon sa ating webinar ngayon, and then doon sa satisfaction survey ng IECEP UAE for us to improve or we gather your suggestions. And especially doon sa technical development survey. So we encourage you to respond on that. Again, we will be sending the forms after this webinar para po ma-update natin. And one announcement that we have is to please subscribe to our official IECEP National YouTube channel. Merong YouTube channel yung IECEP National. So yung pangalan ng ating YouTube channel is IECEP National. So we encourage you, not only a UAE, but every chapter's member to subscribe to our IECEP National YouTube channel. Okay, that's all, and thank you so much po sa lahat ng mga umattend. We really appreciate your attendance.
Thank you so much, Engineer Ruben. Okay. Before we end, I would like to thank the committee for their untiring support and assistance to make this webinar or this event happen. It is my pleasure and honor to be the moderator of our program. Thank you, good afternoon, and good day po sa lahat. And finally, to conclude our today's event, may I call on our Vice Governor for Education, Engineer Jean-Claude G. de Villeres, for the closing remarks.
Thank you for that, Engineer Zen. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
All right, perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Salamat sa active participation, and there's a lot of questions. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. I'll just keep the remarks short and snappy since we have such a good comprehensive discussion already. According to a 2021 survey by professional job recruitment websites and research companies here in the Middle East, engineering skills such as leadership, management, critical thinking, problem solving, it's really in demand here in the Middle East. It will not be surprising if it's the same case worldwide. So that's why we're pushing, as Governor Ian said, it's beneficial to have these qualifications, this professional framework, so that we can really document that we are at par with the world in terms of globalization. It sort of documents and validates our full potentials as professionals, and as Engineer Orbe shared, if there's a development, recognition, and harmonization of our qualifications, it's going to be a good gold standard for us. Also, just to share with our participants and members, since we have a huge audience, there has been an ongoing theme, sadly, with meetings with PRC, with ICEPs, general and national meetings. Just to share with you, just to shed light on this topic, there has been a dwindling or I would say declining number of admissions of students, including ECE, ECT students, as aspirants. If we can somehow, as professionals, one of the ways we can contribute actually is engaging with this professional and Philippine Qualifications Framework. So kung involved tayo sa specializations, professional upgrades, career progressions, it's one way that we can inspire, we can leave our long-lasting legacy sa mga younger generations. As well as it's gonna help continue to improve our local and global standing as electronics engineers. Again, it's been an honor to be among such accomplished individuals. I really appreciate your time. And don't worry, this is just step one. There's actually a 4-part webinar series. Stay tuned and just reach out to any of our board of directors, and we'll be more than happy to help you on your professional upgrade. Again, thanks very much. Have a good afternoon and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you so much. So,
Thank you.
so that's we conclude our for today's event.